disadvantaged state.
Thing is, EggBert
Edge
showed
guard.
that he is such an experienced Cloud, and he's very fundamentally good at this game.
Right.
And
Gonna be
he's
tough.
also a very patient player, which will
Right.
definitely come into play in this matchup.
EggBert's coming out with the cloud pirouettes. He's serious.
And the trampoline is definitely kind of throwing him off a little.
Yeah, I've seen Mind in the matches I've seen him play. He really relies on that trampoline, which I think is a good play.
Yeah, the trampoline is very good for mixing up your opponent.
Yep, comes out frame one, and it just interrupts their momentum. Anything that they want to do, they just have to stop and deal with the trampoline. Which,
Yeah, there's like oh, kind of like choke a little.
yeah, exactly. So there's more to using that move than just
like the little hit.
than just the tech and the damage of it. Yeah.
It's really just not really the mind game, just like the
Right,
whole
and additionally, he
making
can
your
use the
opponent
trampoline to help control the stage because, Cloud's going to have to jump over that thing. It takes him off the ground. He's got the key. Now, see, that's punishable. And even if you score a hit with that, what are you getting off of it? It's just not a good play. It's a pretty bad move. That move.
That'd be
Oh, he clips him with the apple. He gets the grab.
Yeah, the water pushing him forward a little.
Yep, Mind's playing really well. Let's see how EggBert can recover from this.
It's only a
resistance.
It's only like 20-30% deficit.
Well,
so.
yeah, but he's getting clipped with all of these
yeah.
things. All these things that he knows he should expect and block. He gets clipped again. He's got clipped by about 7 instances of nonsense in a row. I call Pac-Man's moveset nonsense, but I really like Pac-Man. I mean that. It's a good nonsense.
Yeah.
It's a very serious nonsense.
Yes.
Pac-Man's very serious about his nonsense. And that didn't kill for some reason.
Oh, dodges the
get-up attack. EggBert likes using the get-up attacks, and every time he's pulled it out from what I've seen, it has worked.
Yeah, he uses it in most matchups, except for against, he doesn't use it much against Bayo because obviously getting out which time just means death.
Blade B coming out. So we did have Mind clear out EggBert's first stock with a neutral air, which just really one of Pac-Man's go-to kill moves at high percents.
Yeah. Like off stage, that thing will steal kills, just like randomly.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it, but it will.
Yeah, well, you have to be a little crafty when you're a Pac-Man player. You got to figure out, what moves will kill.
You just gotta. Your opponent doesn't expect an air to kill.
Yeah, anybody that knows Pac-Man well enough does expect it, but yeah, in general, you're right. And see, that should not hit a single time. He knows he has the key. He knows he wants to. Every time Pac-Man has a key and there's a hydrant on the stage, you know the Pac-Man player wants to hit the key with it. Yeah, so you just have to kind of wait.
A little early on that limit cross slash. Oh,
EggBert's a little off his game here, but
first stock with that down air, but she's a very reliable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because that hitbox lasts forever.
So let's see what he can do with the grasping the momentum back. He's gonna flip Mind's. Mind's flubbing it a little bit. We got a comedy of errors here. Light punishes going back and forth. We got the super jacked up. Oh, man. I really like the way Mind always tries to incorporate the water into his play. Yeah, even if it doesn't work every time, it does work enough of the time.
And then also, again, the mind games, it mixes up your opponent.
You're absolutely right.
Like, where's Pac-Man? I want to hit him.
Exactly right. So it's just that it pays dividends even if it doesn't work.
So EggBert is doing a pretty decent job of getting those hydrants, getting hit towards mine, but he hasn't really landed them.
Right.
Which is pretty hard to do just because they're...
Yeah, it's up to the Pac-Man because he's always, excuse me, he's always aware of where the position of the hydrant, how much damage it has. The hydrant, of course, has 13 HP. So I'd say, as a side note, if you have a notable Pac-Man player in your region or area, scene, whatever, I would take your main and practice up on the hydrant and learn which of your moves will disable the hydrant. 1 hit, 2 hits.
And what way it sends them as well. Oh,
exactly.
The finishing touch. Really good from EggBert. That was a great read.
EggBert clutches it out.
So they're both laughing about it. They're all in good spirits.
Yeah,
going to game 2.
That's, EggBert's a skilled player, so even if, I'm sure he would say he made a lot of mistakes in that game and a lot of things he could have did differently, but in the end,
he made up for it.
When he had to win the match, when it came down to brass tack, he came through. And that's what this game's about. That's what competition's about.
So, wonder where they'll go for stages. I don't know what would be good for Pac-Man. Probably a stage with a Smashville seems like
Well,
good for both of them.
One
Really.
reason why I wouldn't want to take a Cloud to Smashville, because
Limit
in some
camping.
instances, yeah, he can use the platform to limit camp, but also it could help him recover sometimes.
So it's.
But he did take him there.
But the platform also is really good for Pac-Man as well because he can camp there too. So it's just.
I suppose. I still personally, I could be wrong. I'm not a professional level player by any means, but I wouldn't want to take Cloud to a stage, to any stage where he possibly might have an easier time recovering.
I feel like as Pac-Man it's all right, but in other matchups you would definitely not take Cloud to.
He chooses to grab the cherries instead of letting them disintegrate. You're not going to get too much off of cherries as an item. Oh, he rips out a Randy
so the melon
forward smash.
Well, yeah.
Now, what's he going to do with the melon? You don't see that one being used too often. I'd like to see what he can do with it. Okay.
Getting
Good
some little
follow-up.
strings off of it. So fairly even presents here.
Right. There's the platform
Pac-Man's
camping.
camping on the ledge. On the ledge.
Platform. Okay, a little bit of misspaced stuff going on, trying to catch the key. Doesn't get punished for it.
Using that back air to hit that.
Yep, one hit.
Right
That
back
was
at
clean.
him.
That was clean.
His back air does, I think, exactly 13.
What do you think? Yeah, I was just going to say, I think I'd like to see some more trampoline from the Pac-Man in general.
Yeah, the
This is a
trampoline
small
seems
stage.
to mix that back air quite a bit. Oh my gosh.
But the bread and the butter,
Oh
the
my-
stale down air, into the full hop down the finishing touch. Get him out of here. I'm singing a funeral dirge in my head for that poor Pac. He deserved a better death than that.
Yeah, finishing touch is like one of the worst ways to go.
Yeah.
Especially because
It's a touch.
and it does 1%.
Yeah,
too,
exactly.
like-
When I picked up, we all did. I'm like, oh, this is such a great move. And then I noticed it did 1 damage. It's just a touch. Finishing touch. What's he going to get off the bell here? Now he used the trampoline to cover him throwing the bell, but couldn't pick it up.
Back air
before
does
it
clash
disappeared.
with the hydrant,
Right.
which is good for EggBert because he's not going to be getting hit by that. And he's not going off.
I wouldn't have thrown the bell in that spot. I mean, there's no way that Cloud's going to be chasing after him there, so he's just going to let the bell
So Cloud
fall.
does have limit, and all he needs is a couple more hits, then limit cross slash will come to play.
Yep. Now, this is a bad situation for Pac-Man.
And knowing EggBert, he's really good at getting.
Wow, and I don't know if he knew that, but the the opening hit, the weak hit of forward smash comes out, therefore knocking the hydrant slightly. Yeah, and he got bopped for it. That was great. I always laugh a little bit on the inside when I see Pac-Man's forward air come out.
He just like,
Looks so, yeah.
he's just like a little kick, and it's just like pathetic.
Like, why is this in this game? It's the most non-threatening move in the whole game.
So how will EggBert take advantage of having the fruit?
Oh, yeah, that was excellent. See, this is an experienced Pac-Man. When you can't sweet spot the hydrant with the up smash. All you can do is just kind of nudge it, and it only does 1 damage, I know that. So when you do a back air on the hydrant and then just nudge it with the up smash as Pac-Man, then it goes in a very particular trajectory. Yeah.
Oh, barely whiffing that cross slash.
Oh, but he eats the apple, and that's going to be good with all the rage and all the damage we had. Okay. Fine, bringing it back.
You're the apple. This is key.
Yeah, I could be wrong, sorry.
Nah, that's fine. Close enough.
You're probably right.
They both have
Based
good
on
knockback.
trajectory, yeah. You know, every time I look at you, I miss something crucial. So let me just look at the screen.
Yeah.
No offense. We got some Enkaio, Kaien, whatever he says.
Some angry Japanese.
I believe that translates to, don't quote me exactly, but I think that might be limits are made to be broken, something like that. Which is apropos, which means appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay, we got the bell now. He's been using the bell in a spot where EggBert's just going to expect it, and I don't think it's worked, really. He needs to somehow mix up the bell. He's got to come up. That's
that's
a little early on the side B, but the down air takes him out again.
Is this best 3?
I wonder if he could have DI'd that. It looked but maybe not. Maybe there's just too much pain.
Wait,
Too much pain in his heart. He couldn't go on. The Pac-Man just had enough taking swords to his gut. Are we seeing a character?
Best of 5.
This is best
Okay.
of 5.
So it's going to the Mario.
Going to the Mario, just to see. Just to see.
From what I've seen
this is 2-0,
so far,
right?
I feel like, it's best of 5, EggBert's 2-0.
Right.
So from what I'm seeing, I'm pretty sure Mario is a secondary. From what I
He used
saw
him in doubles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, briefly on a strategical approach in general in a match like in any match, if you have lost your first 2 games with your main, even if you think you can get one, the chances that you're going, if you feel the match is going this way, the chances of you winning 3 in a row, if you're struggling to take one, are just
Not too bad.
mathematically, it's just not likely.
But
So
also,
therefore, you can switch to your secondary just to see what happens.
It's also pretty good that mine has a rather campy character like Pac-Man and a very aggressive character like Mario.
Okay, good call.
Because throughout the match, the player will adapt to a campy play style, and he'll just bring out the Mario, and they won't be expecting much aggressiveness.
That's a good analysis. But of course, I do it. Oh, but that down air is going to be unsafe.
And will take out Mario's first stock.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a little bit of, I don't want to say frustration, but just some sort of like
a little
desperation. I don't want to say choking. I try to save that for the true chokes. For the Atlanta Falcons of Smash 4. But yeah, just a little bit of desperation, just kind of throwing moves out, pressing buttons a little bit.
Yeah, so EggBert does have very good stage control right now. And I feel,
yeah, that's it.
That's
just an example of a top-tier character being played by a skilled player, just ABC. Not quite that, not to say that that's boring, but that's just another example of it. And EggBert's going to
take
close
the set.
Close the door on that one, slam the door shut.